The hour topping the news, extreme heat arrives this weekend. Chief Meteorologist David Paul is tracking just how hot it's going to get, plus what local leaders are doing to keep you cool.
Protecting your pets in the heat, what you can do to keep your furry friends safe as temperatures climb.
And save the date. U of H Cougs will officially join the Big 12 Conference. But first, right now at 5 o'clock, the extreme heat hits Houston just in time for the weekend. The National Weather Service issuing a heat advisory for our area starting tomorrow.
A live look outside as we're expected to hit temperatures in the triple digits, the highest it's been since August of 2020.
We have live team coverage for you tracking this heat wave, from how to stay cool in this dangerous heat to protecting your pets. We start, though, kick things off with meteorologist David Paul. David, people who aren't used to this heat, they need to take it easy out there.
Right. Water, inside, AC, take frequent breaks, check on each other. That may be one of the most important things you can do. Little kids, senior citizens are most susceptible to heat like this. These are preliminary high temps so far today. Bush 98, not far from the century mark. Brenham now coming in at 100. Huntsville hit 100 today. Hobby 97, Galveston at 92. So a couple of spots inside Southeast Texas, Brenham, Huntsville have now topped the century mark today. And outside right now, sun just baking down. That's why I say preliminary. We may end up seeing that Bush Intercontinental Airport, who now is sitting at 98, will end up having a high temperature that did actually hit 99 today. We're 2 above where we were yesterday at this time. Dew point at 67 gives us a feels like temperature of 102, which is normally below heat advisory criteria. But the thing is, today was so hot, near 100 in a couple of spots, and the next couple of days is going to be near 100. And that's why we've gone ahead and issued that heat advisory, which will begin tomorrow at 11 a.m. and last all day long during Saturday. And that heat dome just parks itself right over the top of Texas going into Saturday and Sunday. That's when the hottest weather will arrive. We'll take a look at those temperatures, talk more about the heat advisory, check the tropics when I see you again in a couple of minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Dave. This weekend's record-breaking heat will have a lot of people cranking up the AC, which brings attention to the Texas power grid and demand. County Judge Lena Hidalgo says we've all learned a thing or two from the winter freeze, which is why they've created a plan in the event of a rolling blackout this summer. Hidalgo says they've had several meetings with local and state energy leaders over the last couple of months. She says ERCOT says there's no signs that the grid will not remain reliable through the summer. The county, however, has taken steps to be prepared.
We're working closely with CenterPoint, and they've done quite a bit. They've acquired over 15 new backup mobile generators that they could deploy to neighborhoods in the event of an outage. They didn't have that during the winter freeze.
The county says they performed over 100 drills with local law enforcement, nonprofits, and other stakeholders as well.
The city of Houston is opening cooling centers starting tomorrow to help people beat the heat. The centers are at certain libraries, community centers, and multi-service centers. We have a full list of the locations and the times they open on KHGU.com. And we cannot forget about how the heat impacts our pets. It's something you need to think about before you take that daily walk with your dog. Janelle Buda has a look at how dangerous it can be for them.
The Houston heat is no joke this weekend, and if it's too hot for you, it's too hot for your pets. So before you hit the pavement, you may want to take some precautions.
As the Texas heat readies for war, we Houstonians have to keep our guard up for ourselves and our pups.
We don't think about it, but the dogs just keep up with us because they love us so much.
In the scorching heat, Trent Thomas takes extra care to make sure 2-year-old Marley doesn't burn her feet.
Instead of walking her to the park, because I live nearby, I put her in the car and carry her to the locations where we're going to be and try to stay in the most shaded areas.
Because if you think the air is hot, check out the ground. This concrete was over 120 degrees around 12:30 today, and just 30 minutes later, it jumped over 130 degrees. Asphalt is even hotter, more than 140 degrees.
Walking in the grass, walking at later hours where it's cooler outside.
But you can't just think about the sidewalk. Other spots get even hotter. The back of this truck nearly 180 degrees, and inside your car the temps are even higher. This dashboard was nearly 200 degrees after sitting in the sun for an hour.
If the heat is going to be affecting you as a person, it's going to be affecting your animals as well.
Corey Stottlemyre with Bark says pets can suffer from heat exhaustion if left outside too long, and there are laws in place today day to make sure outdoor pets have shelter, food, and water during extreme temps.
If they're really impacted by the heat, you'll notice a change in their demeanor, some mental sluggishness. If you're noticing any of those extreme behavior, it's time to kind of take some quick actions with your pets.
In Houston, Janelle Bluta, KHOU 11 News.
We're helping you, the entire family, manage the heat. You can text the word HEAT to 713-526-1111. We'll send you a link with a list of cooling centers, saving money on your power bills, plus the latest forecast.